Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, joining us from Bosnia and Herzegovina and from countries around the world. Welcome to the second day of Driving Tourism Recovery and Resilience in Bosnia and Herzegovina conference. Yesterday, we had over 6,000 unique viewers from across the country and from around the world, and today we expect the same. We began with a rich agenda yesterday. USAID Mission Director, USAID US Ambassador, Ministers Kosharas, Japo, and Gašić all shared a bold and optimistic vision for the future of the tourism industry in Bosnia and Herzegovina. In day one, we discussed how to plan for recovery and long-term resilience of the sector. We looked at the roles of government and of the private sector in leading this recovery. We presented a tourism recovery plan that could be implemented over the coming 12 to 18 months to generate arrivals and revenue that could be implemented by both the tourism boards as well as businesses. We also looked at how Bosnia and Herzegovina can position itself as one of the most desirable destinations on the world stage through branding, and we know that it can. We also presented the new USAID tourism project and its role in helping the country achieve its ambitious objectives in tourism development and in economic growth. You'll be able to download all the materials we presented yesterday, starting tomorrow. All of this is made possible by investments provided by USAID. And this year, USAID celebrates the 25th anniversary of its partnership with Bosnia and Herzegovina. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Ms. Nancy Eslick. USAID Bosnia and Herzegovina Mission Director, Nancy J. Eslick, joined the agency in 2001. Before taking her current role, she led one of USAID's largest development programs in the world as USAID Jordan's acting mission director from 2017 to 2019 and as deputy mission director from 2015 to 2017. Earlier, she served in Washington, D.C., heading USAID's Central America Regional Security Initiative to combat citizen insecurity and violence. In 2013, she helped establish USAID Burma, negotiating the first United States bilateral agreement for development assistance there in 24 years. In addition to BiH, Jordan, and Burma, she served in overseas missions in Pakistan, Uganda, and Afghanistan. Now, I had the personal pleasure of working with Ms. Eslick in Jordan for about 3 years, and I got to see firsthand her passion for tourism and making sure that tourism works for the ordinary person and impacts people's lives. Nancy, it is my great pleasure to work with you again, and we look forward to your remarks. Please.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim, and welcome to Bosnia and Herzegovina. We're happy to have you join our USAID team. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to day 2 of the launch of USAID's Developing Sustainable Tourism in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Yesterday, we heard from the US Ambassador and others who provided an overall vision for how tourism can propel BiH along its journey for self-reliance. Today, you will dive deeper into the details of developing tourism in BiH and how to do it safely as the world rebounds from the COVID-19 pandemic. I am deeply supportive of USAID's new project, and this morning I want to share some personal perspective to highlight why. To begin with, I'd like to thank a few people for the tremendous effort that they put forward in developing USAID BiH's 5-year tourism program, which officially launches in this 2-day event. My deepest appreciation goes to USAID's economic development team for their work over the last year in developing the overall tourism program. I also want to thank our Chief of Party, Ibrahim Ostra, and his team at Chemonics International. As Ibrahim said, prior to BiH, I was acting director at USAID Jordan, and I saw firsthand Ibrahim's dedication, his stewardship, and deep technical knowledge in the tourism sector. In Jordan, USAID helped expand employment opportunities, improve the hospitality sector, and to support the development of the Jordan Trail, a 675-kilometer hiking trail that spans Jordan north to south. We are so lucky to have Ibrahim working on behalf of BiH Tourism, and I know that together we're going to be able to expand the sector and help the economy recover. Next, if you'll indulge me, I wanted to share a bit about my passion for the environment and my firsthand experience on how smart, targeted programming can transform a community. The secondary impact of tourism, beyond economic development, is to preserve and to protect our world's natural beauty and resources. Life demands we satisfy our physical needs for food, shelter, and even companionship. But nature, that's what nourishes us. The quiet glow of a Bosnian meadow on a summer morning with the wind whispering through the waves of flowers, or the intensity of an African rainforest, filling the senses with exotic flora and fauna. I've experienced both this calmness and inspiration. Nature clears the everyday from our busy heads and replaces it with wonder and awe for the natural world. Here in Bosnia and Herzegovina, a hike along the Via Dinarica or standing amidst a herd of wild horses in Livno brings peace of mind and clarity you just can't find any other way. I hope that everyone participating today has a chance to go and see these beauties and these wonders firsthand. If you'll indulge me for a moment, I'd like to share a short video from my visit to the wild horses of Livno that demonstrates the success of combining investment with natural beauty of BiH to create tourism opportunities. I recently visited the wild horses of Livno with Continental Adventures, a USAID beneficiary that combines two of our key areas, tourism and diaspora investment in BiH. The animals and scenery were magnificent, unlike anything I've experienced. USAID's ongoing support for diaspora investment and our new $20 million tourism program are a powerful combination to propel BiH along its journey for self-reliance. Continental Adventure owner Marin Mamuza studied photography and worked in Zagreb for several years before returning to Livno to start his tourism business. Now he's busy showing tourists the wonders of the wild horses in Livno.
I started 8 years ago by making photos of the horses, but with USA Diaspora Invest help, I was able to expand my business, and I can share this beautiful experience with tourists from all over the world.
USAID is proud to support investment and tourism in BiH through people like Marin. And by all means, go visit the wild horses of Livno for your unique and amazing adventure. I hope you all enjoyed that small bit of BiH's rich blend of culture, heritage, natural resources, and beauty. It's truly one of the most amazing places I've seen anywhere in the world. Now, it's true, I might be biased in my appreciation of the natural world. My background and education are both in natural resources. And while I recognize the potential the natural world holds for development, I also don't want to shortchange the opportunities for developing urban tourism. Anyone who's been to Mostar's Old Bridge, the Castel Fortress in Banja Luka, or Bešćaršija in Sarajevo knows the beauty of BiH is as much a part of the urban landscape as the natural. I began my international development journey as a Peace Corps volunteer in the 1990s, and I had the great fortune to serve in Uganda's Kibale National Park at the base of the Rwenzori Mountains of the Moon. For 2 years, I called this medium altitude rainforest home, and I partnered with the park wardens and the community on conservation, tourism development, and natural resource protection. The park did have a unique attraction, the most accessible chimpanzee tracking in all of East Africa. I helped build this experience, improve services, and expand tourism opportunities. During my time, I helped train tour guides, develop new trails up the northern spur of the Rwenzoris and in the interior of the rainforest, and worked with the community on expanding lodging and food options for tourists. All of these improvements helped lift up not just a few people, but entire communities, as tourists spent additional days and shillings, which helped pay for school fees, put extra food on the table, and created job opportunities. It helped put the national parks surrounding Fort Portal, Uganda, on the international tourist destination map. This experience cemented in my mind the bond between the protection of our world's natural resources and the good that sustainable, responsible tourism can do for economic development. Today, we're launching USAID's Developing Sustainable Tourism in Bosnia and Herzegovina, arguably the largest single investment the United States has made in BiH in the last decade. This new activity will build on previous USAID investments and the work our developing partners do throughout the country. We're pleased to have the support and cooperation of the Ministry of Foreign Trade and Economic Relations and the entity-level tourism ministries in this work. The presenters in today's webinar all know the potential of tourism for economic development and for the preservation of the natural beauty of BiH. Many of you have heard me say Bosnia and Herzegovina ought to be Europe's national park, not only for the country's beauty, but also for its accessibility to the rest of the continent. I'm hopeful over the next 5 years that we'll start to see transformation. We're not starting from a blank slate, but from a beautiful palette upon which the country can create opportunities for entrepreneurs, hospitality industry jobs, and employment for youth, women, and other marginalized groups. And if we're proper stewards of this beautiful land, then we'll enable nature to nurture both us in body and in spirit. Havala.
Well, thank you so much for these beautiful words, for your encouragement, for your vision. And I know that we, the USAID tourism team, appreciate the great responsibility you've given us to deliver a tourist success story for Bosnia and Herzegovina. And I'm confident that working with our partners from the government, from the private sector, from local communities, this is definitely possible. This country is so beautiful and so rich in terms of not just its natural assets, but really it's amazing people. That it will be the next most desirable destination in the world. And this is a goal that we've set for ourselves and you set for us. So we appreciate this responsibility and understand it, and we're already starting to work hard to achieve this objective. Thank you so much for your time and for your leadership and for your encouragement. And now we'll continue with the program, and we hope, I know you have a busy schedule, but as many times check up on us and make sure that we're performing. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Abraham, and to all of our participants today. Thank you for coming back for day 2 to share with us and what USAID Tourism Project has to offer. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Nancy.